Through these halls, where lovers get lost, and lust consumes the wicked. A place where reality collides with fantasy. In the pages, where romance is second to none. Welcome to the Lover's Library.
Hey, lovers!
I'm Carly.
I'm Sydney.
And I'm Zoe.
Welcome to the Lover's Library podcast.
I'm so excited for this one.
banger.
Oh my gosh!
This
This
book. I
book,
want to scream.
The
Y'all
Love
are gonna love
Wager.
this episode.
The Love Wager. Let me tell you.
What's this?
This book, this is called The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. Guys, Lynn Painter
Lynn.
is one of us.
Girl.
I love it.
Lynn, can we be besties for
Right?
real?
Okay, so she's a mom. She's a blogger. She's a columnist for one of their papers there. She is our neighbor. She lives in Nebraska.
Hey.
Yeah.
We're going to see her tomorrow.
She also
Hey, girl.
eats her feelings,
Same.
and she loves Red Bull.
Lynn, let me tell you something.
She literally just
open.
opened a Red Bull. She has some other books. This book is actually technically book 2 in a series. The first one is called Mr. Wrong Number, and then it goes The Love Wager, and then the third is The Objectors. But
Who is in the first one? Who is the first one
I
about?
think
there,
that
Is it
it-
Olivia?
I looked it up,
What?
and it said that they are all occurring in the same universe, but they are not carried over.
Really? Okay,
Oh.
because
Something like that. I think
I had assumed that it was
Olivia,
Olivia
and
and
Colin.
Colin.
Yeah.
We can look it up, but I don't think it is, because then the next book, I read the little bit at the end, and it's about like Max and another girl with like an S name.
Oh.
So I think they're completely separate.
I just want to put a little pin in this part where I say Carly read number 2 in a
Mhm.
series
She did.
and did not read the first book. And I'm
And-
very proud of her.
And love this book.
But I told my coworkers, I was like, I'm going to read this book, and I'm writing off this series. I was like, I'm not going to read the first one. I'm not gonna read the
because
next one.
If they're as good as this one,
Yeah,
I'm
honestly, yeah.
excited.
I said, I'm just going to read this one, and that's it. I finished it, and I am 100% going to read all of them.
Yeah.
It was so good.
She's up there
So
in
good.
one of my favorite writers because she did. Okay, let's not get into it yet. All right, let me give you a synopsis of the story. Hallie Piper is going through her winter after a breakup when she meets our dashing Mr. Jack Marshall. After Hallie unintentionally, Haley, how do you say it?
Hallie.
Hallie.
Is how I said it.
Like
Hallie.
Halle Bailey?
Halle Berry.
Oh no, Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey
a
is
singer.
the Ariel, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
She's
I
the
said
female
Hallie.
one. Haley.
call her Hal.
I said Haley.
I said
Oh, but that
They call her Hal.
Okay. Anyways, Haley.
Hallie.
How you gonna say it?
Hallie.
Hallie.
All right. Hallie unintentionally causes a breakup between Jack and his almost fiance. One night stand and dating app has these two growing into best friends. But could there be more?
Mm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Which brings us to Lover's Quarrel.
I'm so excited.
I freaking love this book.
Oh, my
sorry,
goodness.
earphone
I felt
listeners.
all the emotions.
Me too.
Okay, so Vanessa
That
is a
bitch.
Oh,
bitch.
man.
Vanessa is Jack's almost fiance.
Like the night they met,
Mm-hmm.
her
Hallie.
Hal. I'm gonna call her Hal.
Hallie.
Yeah, call her Hal. Just call her Hal, please, for the love of God.
Okay, we're like too
Yes.
excited about this book. We can't get our
No,
thoughts together.
when Vanessa threw that drink in her face, I was like, you bitch.
Mhm.
And Hallie was so like whatever about it.
I would have
Yeah.
climbed over that bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jack was so embarrassed. He was like, "Oh my gosh!" and he was like trying to clean. I thought it was kind of funny. He tried to like clean her up,
And then it made Van more.
and then it made
mad.
her more mad. I was
Yeah.
just like, "Oh my gosh!" And then I just felt so bad for her at the beginning. It was like
Mhm.
blow after blow. Like,
Yeah. And
so
then that
she just gets
girl-
her drink thrown in the face by Vanessa, and then her like a girl she went to high school with, Allison, shows up,
Yeah.
and it's
That
just
girl was
another
so
bitch.
rude.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn!
read
like,
the room, honey.
what'd she say? she was a shit show or something like
Hot
that.
mess.
And
Hot
her
mess.
sister, she did a Freaky Friday with her and her
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah. What
She's
the
like,
heck?
your sister used to be a mess, and now you are. You guys have switched, huh?
Girl, the way I would have ended up in jail after that wedding. Somebody threw a drink,
Right?
and I'm about to slap this woman in the face if she keep talking to me outside of her mouth. That's
She was so calm
how I
about it. She's so put together. But I
Yeah,
was
so
just
she's
like, oh
not a
my
hot mess.
gosh, no. And then Jack comes in and invites her back to the kitchen. But before we get to that part,
Okay.
so this book is written in an interesting type of dual perspective.
Yes,
Yeah,
Because
because
it is-
usually
It's not first person.
No,
Yeah.
it's not first person, but you get both of their inside thoughts
within the chapter.
within the chapter. It's very interesting. I did like it.
Yeah.
But I wish we could have had what went down between Jack and Vanessa,
Ooh,
between
in the parking lot?
the drink
Me
in the face in the
too.
kitchen. I feel like I much would have rather had that than the conversation with Allison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Because I feel like the conversation
Allison
with
is the
Allison
girl.
did nothing but like make, but I guess it was important because it made Hallie feel like kind of bad for herself. Like, shit, maybe I do need to kind of get my shit together.
Oh, and the book starts off at Alex's sister's wedding. That's why
Jack.
Hal.
You said Alex
Yeah,
Why
you
did I
said
say Alex?
because
Oh my
he's
God.
later in the book.
Oh yeah,
Jack's sister.
Jack's sister. And
It's
I was about to
her
say
wedding.
Knox too. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're reading so many books all at once.
That's okay. But it was their wedding, and Jack was a groomsman, and Hallie was the bartender.
Yeah.
But so Vanessa comes and all that happens. Then her and Jack leave. And then later Jack comes and he's like, hey, I need you. I need her. I need her back here. I just really would have liked to know like what was going on in his head.
Yeah.
Like for him to just be like, I just want to talk to her.
Yeah.
Because then they go back to the kitchen and they're talking
Yeah. And then
And
then they throw
drinking.
down.
before they get a little hot and heavy.
Yeah.
But-
Okay, can we go there? Can we
Yeah.
go to when she's jumping out of the bed? That
Yeah.
was the funniest
Yes.
thing.
Oh
And the
Yes.
fact that he
God.
was actually watching, we learned that later.
Yeah.
Okay, so
They had a one night stand.
yes, and I have a quote.
Okay.
Okay. In chapter 2, this is what happens. She rolled off the end of the bed, landing on her hands and knees. She first forced herself not to think of how dirty the hotel carpet was, bodily fluids everywhere, and the black light thing. Ugh. When
Which-
she popped
sorry.
her head up to make sure he was still sleeping. Yep, still sleeping, or possibly dead. So that was good.
I was like, why are you so weird? It seems like this is a really nice hotel.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But she had squirrel panties on.
Yeah, that was weird.
So funny. Like
I feel
clearly
like I
she
need to
did-
find squirrel panties now.
She did not think she was going home with anybody.
Yes.
No.
So funny. But I like how she's like, this isn't me. Like, I've never had a one night stand. She's like, so this was like a shock to her. Like, what did I do?
Yeah.
And she's just like, I gotta get the hell out of here.
And her bra was, so she couldn't find her bra.
That part is so funny. And
Yeah.
then later when we learn more,
Yeah.
I laughed so much.
And
so
later we
great.
learned, I mean, we probably won't come back to it, but it was under him this whole time. And he was
Yeah.
awake.
And he knew it was under him.
Yeah. And the reason why he was awake was because she fell asleep on his feet. And later he was like, as soon as you got up, all the blood
The
rushed back to my
circulation
body.
went back.
Yeah. And so they were talking about it on a flight later on to
Yeah.
her cousin and his fiance. And he was like, yeah. So I watched the whole thing. And then he just starts talking about all of the
Yeah.
silliness that was happening then. But
It's so funny.
yeah, it was a good time.
But they leave, so she runs off and
Mhm.
they kind of go their own ways. And it's kind of funny because Hallie tells her best friend, which is also her cousin, Chuck,
Mm-hmm.
about
Which I love their dynamic.
I do too. She tells him about it and he's like, you should just get on like a dating app or something. Like, you need to start trying to date.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like kind of hesitant and then she does it. Well, then on the other side of things, after all this happens, Jack's talking to his sister, Olivia, and she's like, oh, well, as soon as you broke it off with Vanessa, I signed you up for a dating app. And And he's like, what? And she's like, yeah, I've got you logged in and everything. Like, here's your login and password.
Yeah. Which I love. So I love that it was like a dual situation of both of them are now ending up on dating apps.
Yeah.
So that we can get
back together.
Yes. Because they get on, and she has this really weird roommate, which I love her. Was hilarious. Ruthie, was it?
Yeah.
I could not figure out.
I couldn't
who
picture her.
I wanted her to be.
Yeah.
She was I kept thinking her of being really tall. And then they were like, she's like the size of a child, and I was like, oh
yeah. To me, she was taller than and she was bald.
Yeah. She just was a free spirit, man.
Yeah.
Just lived her life. But yeah, so they Hallie ends up finding Jack's profile. And I love how this girl is like, she has no fear.
No.
It's weird because she addressed it. She messaged him right away.
Yeah.
But then later on, she's like so scared to say anything to him about how she's actually feeling.
I know. Like, girl, pick a side.
Right?
Yeah.
So they message, they talk. They are instantly like, they're perfect for each other. They're both silly. They banter.
Their banter was amazing.
It was perfect. It was so great. But neither one of them wanted to make it anything. They were kind of just like, it was a one night stand. Like, let's just be friends. And so they end up going to the blind date,
the speed dating. Okay, can I say something first?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am like on the dating apps here in Wichita. So how she was describing things was like, oh my gosh, that is exactly what. So let me give you a quote.
Funny.
In chapter 3, she says this. She'd heard the jokes about dudes being terrible at making good profiles, and it was actually not a lie. If what she looked at so far was indicative of the male species as a whole, there was a strong belief amongst them that a picture of a man with a fish was the pinnacle profile photo.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you,
I could see it.
Let me tell you.
Or the dead deer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, either here's my problem with online dating, and I hate it. So yeah. There's either a fish or you're in a group of guys, so you don't actually know who the person is. And like, they'll have several pictures of them with groups of guys.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure on when you like sign up, doesn't it say take a picture by yourself?
Yeah. Just don't even do that. And then, or like with or like really horrible pictures, just like not good to like be your first point of contact. And so I just, there were so many things that she was saying that I was like, oh,
you felt it.
I felt it in my bones.
But the wager.
Yes. Okay, let's get there.
I love this. She has a baseball signed by the World Series winning team. Which team was it?
Chicago. The Cubs.
I
Okay.
was going to say Bulls.
The whole
That's
entire
basketball.
team signed it. It was signed by the whole entire team.
Yeah.
And she stole it from her ex when they broke up.
Good for her, girl.
Which is hilarious. I love that.
Ben Bob, what's his name? Ben.
Scarf.
Yeah.
And he has pretty much free vacation to anywhere she wants to go.
Because he had already bought a honeymoon like trip for him and Vanessa, and that fell through. And he's like, well, I got all these points and I fly a lot, so.
Which let's not go there yet. Hold on.
So whoever falls in love first
and finds the one
gets the prize.
Dun,
dun, dun.
They did that before they went on the speed date, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then they go to the speed date.
Because that was in a text message or something like that.
Yep. They go to the speed date and they're like, they end up sitting right next to each other, which I thought, hey, that doesn't work because then those two don't get to sit together.
Right.
They don't get to talk. But it doesn't matter because they ended up together. But anyways, so they're like eyeing each other the whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, this is so obvious. Like, do you not realize that you like each other?
There was a point, like, even in my, like, the highlighted parts where I was like, just be together already. Like,
I know.
Just be together. I literally highlighted something because it was like towards chapter 21, which is towards the end. But I was like, like, get it. Like, why can't y'all get it that sometimes sacrificing your friendship
No, we
is
just
worth
like
the
each
risk.
other because we had sex. No, bitch,
No.
you like each other.
Exactly.
There's something different there.
Yeah. Like, and I feel like, why fight it so hard when this is just going to
so
be the same
easy.
thing in your relationship?
It's natural.
Yeah.
Like, it's just.
Because honestly, if I could copy paste, I would love for this to be my situation. I just wouldn't have the whole, fighting back and forth of affection. I just would be like,
fighting the actual
this seems like a
feelings.
good idea. We should try it out.
You just want
Yeah.
a one night stand in a hotel?
No, we have that part. I'll take the dating app part, meet at the speeding date,
Mm-hmm.
and go get tacos. Taco Hut.
Yes, yes.
I just want the Taco Hut, situation.
So they were tired of the speed dating, and they decided, let's just go grab some food.
Mhm.
And they went to Taco Hut, and they had a
Love
great
it.
time.
And that was kind of a part of the wager, a little, not the ultimate wager, but
That's when they
Like
became
their
each other's
agreement.
support system.
yeah, they
Mhm.
were their wing
And
person.
if
Yeah.
it didn't work out, give a little sign. Go get tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, let's schedule all of our dates at the same time.
Yeah.
We'll both go back to the bar that we had the speed date at.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not working out, we'll go get tacos.
Yeah.
And so they have their date. And she has the one I wanted to talk about was Steven. The dentist.
the dog guy.
Yeah.
I have
was
quotes
like,
from that. Yes.
What?
I couldn't remember if she had a date before that one. But
She did,
Steven was
but-
the one I wanted to talk
Yeah,
about.
that guy who was kind of a dick about the TV show You.
Yes.
He was on the speed date.
Oh yes, he was. He was on a speed date.
He was a speed
Oh
date.
yeah.
But I do think
But
there was one person before him.
Rewind, because when they were talking about their questions at what they would talk about
Oh
at
yeah,
the
that was
date,
funny.
she's like, I like New Girl. And I was like,
And she talked about it
And she
several
talked
times.
about it several times. I was like, oh my gosh. And then she said it perfectly, like, what's our favorite character? Like, debating between
Schmidt,
I'm-
Winston.
I'm
'cause
Nick.
he said Winston.
Winston.
She
She
said
said
Nick,
Nick.
but they both
Both-
like Schmidt.
Yes. I was like, this is freaking perfect.
Can I give you a quote from the dog situation?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So that happens in chapter 10. And so he is explaining how he had twins and how, okay, I'll just
He was
read it.
going through divorce.
Yes. And he said, my ex and I were super emotional when we sat them down, he said, getting choked up. But we were just honest. We said, listen, we bought you two and brought you home. We had every intention of staying together forever. Hal narrowed her eyes. Had he just said, bought?
Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry. Did they like go somewhere and just buy somebody's kid?
But
Yeah.
then he's like, we wanted the ones we wanted. And I was like,
And they
okay, so
split
they
them?
did like in vitro, like
Yeah,
very
or
like,
maybe a like
what is
some
this,
kind
like
of
a stem cell,
adoption.
like you created a robot.
Yeah.
Like what? I guess he's a dentist. He has lots of money. They could have
Right.
done some like really crazy stuff. And then he's like, it's a Labradoodle.
Yeah.
They're twins.
Oh.
I was about
my
to
God.
punch him in the throat.
And she was like, I loved that. She was like, that's not even a thing.
right?
Yeah.
Twins out of the same litter? Okay.
Yeah.
Sarah.
And I feel so bad because she was like, I hadn't even thought of that a person that I might go on a date with might have kids.
Yeah.
She's like, and she was almost like, well, I could do that if he's
Yeah.
enjoyable. And like,
Yeah.
and then he's like, it's my dog. She's like, what the fuck?
Ugh.
And like,
That was
I love
hilarious,
my
though.
dogs and they're my family. But I'm not going to go tell somebody that I have 5 kids, you know?
Right,
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
weird.
Right.
I do overshare, but I wouldn't refer to my animals as my kids.
Never.
They're my fur babies.
Yes.
And you can say that and that's fine, but
Yeah. So the two of them left and went and had tacos and ended up spending like
When
till the
does
bar
she
closed.
meet Alex?
after that.
After that, I
Okay.
think it was the next date.
Mm-hmm.
So then, yeah, she goes on another date. They go on another date, and he is like, he's figuring it out.
Who is?
I think Jack started
Oh, he was so jelly.
from very early on
Yeah.
because he was more worried about what was going on with her date than his. Like, he wasn't trying at all.
It's like when he said,
Mhm.
hey, let's go this speed dating thing, he was already into her.
Oh,
right?
yeah, for
Yes.
sure. I think he was into her when she jumped out of the bed.
Yeah.
Because he was like, this girl is silly.
Yeah.
But he did say that when he saw her again, he was
Mhm.
like, she's hot. He's like, I just thought she was cute and quirky, but like,
yeah.
she's smoking.
But then later he even says he doesn't know why he ever thought she was like just
Just
hot
cute.
or cute because
Yeah.
she's like beautiful. And I was like, oh my God.
I just love them
Yes.
so
But
much.
I think
Ugh.
that in his head, he was like, I don't want to go for her because this is what I always do.
Mhm.
The low hanging fruit is what
I was
she
gonna
kept saying.
I was gonna
Yeah.
bring that up. The sister Olivia,
His sister.
Who
yeah.
I really like.
Me
we
too.
really
She's
like
great.
her, and I don't think she meant any harm by what she said.
Oh yeah, me either.
But she had a talk with Hallie about like everything. She's like,
Yeah.
he's, you know, she's like, I'm worried he just doesn't want to be alone. She's like, I'm worried he's just, you were there, everything was, you know, you're the easy one to get. She said it in a nice way. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not paraphrasing this very well,
But she was warning her about where he was at.
yeah,
But
Which
she
is
also
a good
wanted to
thing.
know her intentions with
Yeah.
Jack.
yeah. But so that kind of lingers in the back of her mind later. But yeah, then we meet
Alex. What does he call him? The blonde-headed freak or something like
Blonde
that?
clown.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
So
I
funny.
just thought that, yeah, he was a nice guy and he probably would have been a good boyfriend, but he was so boring to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Well, and that's what she said. She's like, we have no chemistry. Like, she was excited about him because they had things in common. They were getting along. He was like being romantic and doing these special things, and they were having a great time together. And there was no like chemistry. She said they kissed and it was okay. Like, it was good kiss.
But even their texts weren't fun, as
Yeah.
she said something like that at one point.
Yes. But then
Where are we at? Where are we at now?
Then she gets a cat.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Tigger.
I love that his cat's name is Mr. Meowgie.
I know.
Yes.
I thought that was so funny.
I
Yeah.
almost love
every
that
time
he
I
was
read
an
it.
animal person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
I like that he had a
and-
cat,
and it
like
was
a
a cat.
single guy by
You
himself, and he has a
know
cat.
That it's like one of those things where you always see on TikTok, like, oh, my dad didn't want this dog, and now he's like sleeping with the dog every night.
Yeah.
That's Jack. He was like, I don't want to spend time with my cat, but he loved that thing.
Yeah. I
And,
like how he
okay.
talked about it like it was a kitten too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm picturing this like little tiny kitten and this like ripped dude like loving on it.
Yeah. Okay, I will say this. If I figure out that a guy has a cat,
You're swiping left. Is that the bad way?
it's a turn off, like immediate. I know. I'm a dog person. So okay, let me put it this way. If I get in a relationship with him, I had to hang out with that cat, and I'd rather hang out with a dog. So if you're a dog person, I'm like,
But
I just feel
what
like
if you like the cat? What if the cat's really chill and cool and
I've
quiet?
never met a cat I vibed with like that.
You should meet my cat.
I
has
mean,
mine
y'all-
bothered you?
No,
That's what I'm saying.
Cream
Some
Puff is
cats
an
are-
angel,
He is.
and I'm
he's
still
just,
trying to steal him.
he does his own thing. I really thought you guys were gonna bring your freaking gray kitten.
Oh, I forgot. You should have reminded me.
I know.
His name?
You seem like you're doing a lot today. You need to add a cat next.
Today's been a hot mess for me. Okay, side note.
What?
My gray cat or kitten is getting gigantic.
Oh.
And
As they
second
do.
of all, his name is Gremlin, the
Aw.
Salmon King, protector of the realm, and first of his name.
That's amazing. I love that.
I respect it. I respect
Okay,
it.
so let's go back. So, Hallie decides. Well, she kind of was pushed into getting a cat because she just felt really bad about
Oh,
moving out with
Ruthie.
Ruthie.
That's me. 100%.
and didn't wanna hurt her feelings.
I will not tell you that I'm trying to move out. But if you're like, oh, is it because I'm allergic to cats and you want one? Uh-huh.
Yep, that's
Any
exactly
excuse
why.
you have that won't hurt your feelings, I'm going to use it.
Yep. So Ruthie's like, "Is it because you wanted to get a cat? That's why you moved out?" And she's like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well,
Let's
I want to
get a
go with you to
cat.
get one, so let's go get one." So she invites Jack, which I thought was freaking adorable.
Me too.
And I'm like, "You want him around you all the time? Get a freaking clue."
I know.
And I thought it was freaking hilarious that Tigger was batting at Ruthie's face.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's,
And
he,
she's like, I respect that.
and then I like how later Tigger liked Jack and was
Yeah.
sleeping on his lap and stuff. But
And Ruthie. I like
Mhm.
Ruthie
Yeah.
too.
he did grow on Ruthie.
She just had to take a bunch of like medicine
Yeah.
yeah,
because
poor
she's
thing.
allergic.
I feel that.
I like that he was just like the fattest cat ever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
She didn't just go get a little kitten.
yeah.
She got an old fat cat.
Yes.
Old
Well,
fat cat.
So she had initially asked him, they went and picked out the cat, but then she had to go to work. And she's like, "Hey, can you help
Oh,
me
right.
after?" And to get the cat and bring him home, but I need to go to Target. And first of all, this man willingly accepted
He
a Target
knew.
trip with her.
So you know
After
he's for real.
saying,
After
we're
saying-
gonna be there for 10
What's
hours.
his green
with
flag?
1,000 things.
Yeah.
Target.
And-
Target is his
Yeah.
green flag.
The like point to me where she chose the name Jack wanted for the cat.
Yes.
I was like,
Yes.
you're in love with this man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was like a slow burn, but the book was kind of fast paced, so you didn't feel the slow burn.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it definitely was one.
There
Oh,
were
yeah.
parts that were lingering for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, she ends up asking Alex to help
Which
her.
I was kind of mad about. I was
Me
like,
too.
That was so rude to do that.
Yeah.
to
I would
Jack.
have been mad as Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Even as just in a friend relationship.
Yeah,
like
that's rude.
even if
like if I invited both of y'all to go help me get a puppy, like,
and then you're
and
like,
I was
never
like-
mind, I'm gonna take this dude.
I would
yeah, or I'm
show
gonna
up.
take another friend.
yeah.
I'd come anyways. I'm gonna see the puppy
Exactly.
too.
You would have
Yeah.
been Jack, and I would have been like, respect that. My bad. I overstepped.
But
Yes.
the thing that I love about his sister is that she is so petty. Me
Mhm.
too, girl.
Mhm.
Yes.
She said, "Go up there with that cat." And
Period.
then also ruin their date.
Yeah.
Period.
And he's
She's
like,
like, cancel
absolutely.
their
I can't do that.
reservations.
Oh, that was great. But then it backfired on
Yeah,
him.
what the
yeah.
heck?
Yeah, I would have been quick on my feet like that. Like, okay,
Yeah.
Alex, I get you. I get
So
you.
I'm wondering, does he have like some connections that we didn't know about?
Who,
Well, he's
Alex?
a realtor.
Yeah.
Alex
Oh, I
is a
guess
realtor,
that's
so he
true.
probably does.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah. So
Oh,
what?
Speaking of jobs, it was weird to me that like
Mm-hmm. I know what you're
Jack's
talking about.
job was like a secret kind of. the
And they
entire
never
time.
addressed that.
And then at the very end, they were just like,
He's really
"Oh
successful.
yeah, he's really rich or something."
But she never talked to him about
no,
it.
Yeah.
never. I guess she was just
I thought
Okay.
there was okay. So rewind a little bit
Mm-hmm.
back to Alex because I wanted to talk about that real quick. So Alex and Hallie decide they're gonna date their boyfriend girlfriend, and Jack had just gotten back from a work trip, and he like desperately missed her, and he's realizing he figured it
yeah.
out.
I
He's
don't
like,
think he was dating this PhD
She did- he
oh
girl
no,
was.
he
either.
wasn't.
He was just fronting.
Yeah.
He was just
He was
saying
keeping
that
it
to
the
make
lie.
it seem like he
They
wasn't.
broke up on the first date.
Yeah.
But so
He was in
he's like
Minnesota.
he misses her so much, and he's like, as soon as he got back to town, he's like, I literally had to force myself to not go there right away. But when he
I
eventually
love it.
did go there, he ran into Alex, who was just leaving her apartment. And he Adam, we're too ADHD for that.
What did you say? Oh.
He wrote a little note on the screen, and as soon as I saw it, I lost all my train of thought.
So
Okay, so Alex
There you
and
go.
him run into each other in the parking lot.
ADHD enough.
I did take my meds this morning.
Hey.
So Alex and Jack run into each other in the parking lot, and Alex is like, or actually inside, but anyways, Alex is like, hey, I got some toys for the cat. Can you take them up? And he's like, sure. And as they're talking, Alex says some like kind of sexist things,
Yeah.
and Jack
Yes.
is like, hey, like, good thing Hallie didn't hear you say that.
Mm-hmm.
And Alex is like, oh, she wouldn't care. She's not a feminist.
Like
blah,
you
blah,
know,
blah.
like you
But
know
Jack
her.
never told her that he said that either.
Yeah.
No.
I would have snitched. I'm like,
Yeah.
that guy hates women.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But
It's
Jack's like,
sexist.
I don't think you know her. And he's like, yeah. Alex is like, yeah, I do. It's fate. It was fate that we met each other and blah, blah, blah. And then Alex goes, well, not really, because we have this bet
Jack.
going on. Oh, yeah. Jack said,
Mhm.
not really, because we have this bet going on. And the only reason why you guys are talking is because we literally set this bet to see who could find the right one first.
Mm-hmm.
And so Alex is like, what? Really? And he's kind of like,
Taken aback.
yeah, he's like, I don't know if I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems like kind of a crunchy hippie where he's like, fate, man, wherever the wind
Crunchy
blows
hippie.
me. The universe said we were supposed to be together. The
Yeah.
stars have aligned. Like, I just, every time he talked about fate, I wanted to throat punch him.
Yeah.
I was like, shut up. But anyways, so,
That's what Jack said too.
yep.
yes.
Yes. So Jack goes upstairs and he doesn't tell her what happened. And Alex calls later and breaks up with her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's so sad.
Yeah.
Not because of losing Alex, but because someone rejected her again.
Yeah.
And that's when she invites him to
The wedding.
she invites Jack to her sister's wedding in Colorado.
and they have a plot now.
He
to
comes
have a
up with
fake
it.
relationship.
He's like, let's pretend date.
I love that.
Pretend.
I
Yeah.
love that trope
Because
so
just
much.
too.
go figure, her ex is gonna be there and he's in the wedding.
Always.
Gag.
Just like Spanish Love Deception. That's the same thing that happens in that one. Too.
Oh, that's on my to be.
Oh
read.
my gosh,
Don't
it's
worry,
so good.
I have Sydney's copy of it. You can read it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bought my own copy.
Oh.
Do you?
Yeah, it's on my nightstand.
Oh,
You
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
It's not on your bookshelf.
Yeah, no, that's books I've read.
Oh, gotcha.
I have a pile on my nightstand.
Me too. I have your books on my
But-
shelf.
Yeah, so they decide we're going to be fake boyfriend girlfriend. We're gonna go to this wedding. We're gonna PDA it up, make everyone believe we're in love, and then we'll come home and everything will go back to normal.
And that never happened.
Never.
It
Right.
never happened. And okay, so the thing was, as soon as they got to the airport, they had to get into character,
Yes.
and as soon as they left, they had to get out of character.
Which I have a quote.
Okay, give me a quote,
From-
honey.
When they got to the airport, he was basically like,
What chapter is this? Hold on.
it's page 164, so chapter 17.
Okay, let me see if that one too.
So he said, once we get through security, he's like, I'm kissing you. And she goes, yep. She's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. He's actually going to do this. Well, anyways, he kissed her.
Yeah.
And it was hot.
I love that.
But then he says, this is a quote. He says, kissing Hallie in the security line. That was something else entirely.
Yeah.
That was like coming home.
I
was like,
legit.
I love it so
When I tell you
much.
that I actually cried
I know.
when I read this book.
Yeah, me
I
too.
sat up. I was like laying down reading the book, and I was like,
There was multiple
I
times where I
resurrected.
like was teary eyed, or I was
Yeah.
so happy that I was crying.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm so freaking. I'm like a lovesick, like heartbroken teenager
I
right
know.
now
Yeah.
because this is the best and saddest book I've ever read. I
It
love
Yeah.
is.
It was
Oh.
so good. So I was so happy. I was like, when he said that, I knew. I was like, he's done,
It was
man.
like solidified then.
And
was
he
like,
didn't even admit it to himself till later, too.
yeah.
He was trying to fight it.
He was trying
Ugh.
so hard to
we
fight
gotta
it.
get over this because I gotta go third date.
Yeah.
Right. Okay,
Well, we
okay.
can hop, skip, and jump to the third date because, I mean, the whole wedding was
Well, first
third
I
date
want to throw
material.
out that we have our section called the third date, and he
Yes.
even said he was like, "Don't have sex because the third date."
That's what I was trying to find earlier. Yes. I was like, I knew it's a thing.
Let's jump into it. Let's jump into the third date.
Okay, I really like that it wasn't so explicit to like describing everything.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the smut books, obviously.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was still hot.
But this was so the descriptions without getting too like
Classy.
right.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God, I loved it, and it was like leaving me wanting more.
Right.
Yeah.
And
She didn't need all that.
No.
Which is so true.
my favorite scene was the closet at the
Oh.
wedding.
Oh.
Mine was the kitchen.
Oh.
All of them.
I don't know.
But
if
I
I have
think
a favorite.
that the one where they were in the closet like is what hit me in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I keep touching you.
When,
okay.
but it's because he said he wanted to kiss her as Jack and Hallie and not as fake
Yes.
couple.
Yes.
Oh my
And that's when
god.
I started crying. I was like, "This
Yes.
Ah! It was she is such an amazing writer, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like Lynn, yo, you can write as many books as you want to,
got it,
and
man.
I would consume
read
all
all
of
of
it
them.
Yes.
because I didn't feel like I was on like this dramatic roller coaster. I felt like I was inside of their relationship.
Right. And
Yeah.
there was a couple times where I was like, oh, this is going to be that regular like
Mhm.
Hallmark thing where this
Mhm.
is where they fight. And they didn't. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
this is so good.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
they did
it.
have one fight. When everything was going so well at the wedding,
Yeah.
I was like,
Someone's about to drop.
the other
Yeah.
shoe's about to fall.
Yeah.
Like, what's gonna happen? But no, when the kitchen scene, when Hallie's mom's like, "Hey, she asked Jack, can
Yeah.
you take the
Oh
cake
my
topper to the
gosh.
fridge
freezer?
so that they can have it for
That's
their
when I was like,
1
he's
year?"
going to fuck up the cake and they're not like, they're going to fight about it.
I know.
They didn't. He did great.
I was waiting for something to happen. So he gets in there, and then all of a sudden he hears the door close, and it's Hallie, and they get after it. I was worried they were gonna get locked in the freezer.
Me too. I was a little worried about that.
My
the
first
whole time.
thought was like, they're gonna get locked in the freezer, but
That's
then I
what
was like, they're
are
not
they
in the freezer.
cooler?
I
It
don't
would be
think
so
they
cold.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they were in there.
I don't think so.
But then
Then.
he's getting her from behind,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
her mom is trying to get in the kitchen.
Yeah.
and she
she
goes,
said,
"Don't
"Don't
stop."
I would have been like, get out of me, get out.
I mean, I'm
Mom,
surprised.
run! There's an animal here. I would have ran. We
I'm
had like 5 more
surprised he
minutes.
wasn't like,
Yeah, for
like the
real.
second the mom came. I was surprised
Okay.
he could still finish.
Can I jump back to something?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. This is one of my favorite parts.
Okay.
It like made me like almost start crying. When she walks through the door. Okay, there's 2 parts. So when they're changing into the like not the reception, but like before the wedding party,
Mhm.
you know, and she has the white dress
The white
on,
dress.
and he
Yeah.
walks out, and she looked like to him she looked like a bride,
Yeah.
and he was like falling in love with her,
Oh,
like
yeah.
for real, like he
Yep.
was in
Too.
his fills.
Mm-hmm.
Then when she walks out in the processional,
Mm-hmm.
and he sees her and they make eye contact,
Yeah.
and from her perspective you hear her say that she saw him, but then you see his POV and he's like, that's all I want, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
she is the one.
It was like there were multiple times where it was like she was searching, couldn't find him, and it was
Mhm.
like the crowds parted.
They could sense each
And
other's
there he was,
presence.
I
you know,
love that
so
moment.
awesome.
Okay, I have a question. Does that happen in y'all's like towards the beginning of your relationship, throughout y'all relationship? Have you ever felt that scene in your life?
I can
Yes.
find him anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot about this book
Mm-hmm.
reminds me of like how Peyton and I got started.
Really?
Yeah. And just like the way that they talk to each other and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's why I fell in love with both characters so hard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because so much of it reminded me of Peyton.
Oh,
Yeah.
Peyton's gonna cry.
So
No, I'm
cute.
kidding.
You didn't even cry at our
Adam has
wedding.
to leave. He's tearing up.
Producer Adam
Well,
is crying.
Okay, I had something else.
Okay. We
The,
really love this book.
The shower
this book so
scene
much.
when she hops
Oh,
in the
yeah.
shower with him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
Can I
was
just
so
say-
shocked.
How sweet of him to lay a towel down for her. When he
I don't remember that part.
they get in
It's
the shower.
because the counters are cold.
Yes,
man.
that's what I was gonna say. They get out of the shower and he's got her, like he has her picked up and he's gonna put her on the top of like the sink, the counter,
Mm-hmm.
and he lays a towel down first. And I was like, that was so sweet. Like, cause you know that counter's cold.
All right, can I jump into one more thing and then we
Yes.
gotta wrap this up? Okay, so every now and again they'll like be watching like a movie or something and they mention Pride and Prejudice.
Yes.
And they love Mr. Darcy.
Are you
And
gonna
then-
talk about later
The
when
rain?
they
Yeah,
bring
yeah. Okay. So they're so in chapter 30, he says you have bewitched me body and soul, and I love you 3 times. Please tell me my hands are cold so we can get on with our lives already.
And Carly, you don't even get it, but I cried.
didn't get it.
But it's in the movie.
I knew it was a reference.
I would get that
figured it was a
tattooed on my
reference.
body.
Oh, you
my
have
God.
bewitched me
I
body
kinda
And I
like
like
and
that he was like,
soul.
"You're Mr. Smith," and she was like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
Well, I like. Do you have the quote about the potato? How
I
it's an
might.
exceptional vegetable or
That's
something.
Mr. Collins.
That's
I
Mr.
loved
Collins.
it.
I don't think I have that one highlighted.
It's like right after the
Oh, is it?
in the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It was perfect. It was
You have
raining and she
bewitched me.
ran after him and she's calling his
well,
name.
in Pride and Prejudice. Oh well,
They
never mind.
talk about it.
I know,
They
but
talk about it in the book.
I don't want to ruin the scene
yeah.
for you because
We'll have
it's
to-
magical.
Okay, whenever we are planning on doing an episode where we have Carly watch the movie with us for the first time, and maybe we'll record a piece of her watching that part, and we'll kind of go back to how
Be
they were
prepared
talking
for
about
me
it.
to ugly cry because
Yeah,
will.
I have to read the book
Oh,
first.
I have it on DVD.
and I'm
Me too.
currently
It's one of those ones.
You have the old one. I have the new one.
oh.
It's not new. It's Keira Knightley.
I have that one.
Oh, me too.
Sorry.
Producer Adam said, "What's a DVD?"
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that rain scene was
Oh.
perfect. It was so good.
Yeah. When
And-
he
Go
said
ahead.
that Pride and Prejudice quote, I legit started crying.
I know.
Yeah, I was
just
crying too.
sobbing.
I was crying
Peyton
too.
was
Oh.
sleeping next to me, and I was like trying not to wake him up. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's go to the epilogue. I have a quote from the epilogue.
Oh yeah.
He says that's they're like passing out gifts, and the
Mhm.
dad gets the gift about the
the
baseball,
Yeah.
and he
Because
like
they had
surprises him.
decided because they both won.
Yeah, and they are going to go on a trip to
Yep.
Vale, where
Yes.
they like had
Which was where the wedding was.
Where the wedding was.
so they can have it without the
For 10 days.
Yeah. And then he says, picturing the ring box in the closet as she teasingly rain kisses over his face while he drove.
Yeah.
He's
He
gonna
said he knew it was too
propose.
soon, but he did not care.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't care.
But
And
they-
I want to know what
yeah.
she got him.
Oh, yeah.
Because she said.
She said
like,
she had something for him later.
Yeah.
Her love and affection.
It was probably...
A baby. No.
No, you
Is
always
it-
want a baby.
I know.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck, marry, kill.
Okay, I want to
Huh.
fuck Jack, marry Jack, and kill Vanessa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go last.
I think I would...
Are you saying that I can't fuck and kill? Too bad, I'm going to. I mean,
Yeah.
fuck and marry.
Yeah. I think I would... This is a little something.
Okay.
I would fuck Jack, which sounds weird because my son's name's Jack.
Ooh. Don't think of it that way.
I know. I said it and I was like,
His
"Ugh."
name is
Jackson Allen Marshall. You can call him that.
Marshall.
Jackson
Call him
Allen. Jackson
Marshall.
Allen. And then marry Chuck.
I did love Chuck,
And then kill, I don't know.
but he's a little too flamboyant for me.
I'd kill Ben.
Yeah, fuck Ben. Stupid
Scarf.
Scarf. They call him Scarf at one point in the book because he wore a scarf. And they were like, you're a douchebag wearing a scarf.
Hmm.
I don't know. It was hard to pick, but I did like Chuck and I liked how he supported her.
I would want him to be my best friend,
Honestly, yeah.
but I wouldn't want to marry him, I think.
I don't really
Yeah.
know. I don't. I might be the same as you guys.
Well, she
Well,
did
'cause I
say that
can't-
when she saw Colin, she was like, he's the most beautiful man.
Yeah.
So,
So maybe fuck Colin.
him.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go there.
I like that. I retract my previous statement. Fuck Colin, marry Jack, kill Ben.
I'm the same as Carly.
Mm-hmm.
But Van and Ben are interchangeable
Yeah,
for me.
let's kill both.
I was going to
Yeah.
throw in
We're gonna put them together and
Allison.
then throw them in the fire.
the high school girl.
Yeah, we'll kill her too.
Because
Yeah.
that was dumb. There was no need for that. You're
Yeah.
just
Petty
she's
little high
stupid.
school girls.
So dumb.
Okay.
Speed date.
Speed date. I have someone for Hal, someone for Jack, someone for Vanessa, and someone for Ruthie.
Good. Because I don't have
Wow.
anybody.
Okay, can I give you? I only have one.
Yes.
So
do
the
yours.
only person I had was for Jack, and it was the guy from You.
That's who I picked.
Yeah, he because they mentioned him in the book, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect.
It is.
I don't
And
know.
I actually thought of him with beard.
Me too. The one with like the white shirt and
Yeah.
no, scoot. That one.
I feel
Yeah.
like Jack is way more attractive than that.
You don't think that man is
But I
attractive?
think that I would buff him up a little bit,
Yeah,
beef him up
Yeah.
a little bit.
like solid abs that you could
Mm-hmm.
wash your clothes on.
Yeah.
Didn't they do that back in the day?
Mm.
Washboard.
Right.
On abs. Oh
That
my
was the only
gosh.
one I had though.
Oh, that's
Alright.
why they're called washboard abs.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know what?
Sometimes things just click for me.
I'm feeling more of like a.
Were you gonna go do a
Ooh.
Leo?
You know what?
Not a Leo DiCaprio.
No.
No.
I had a couple ideas.
Okay. Wait, can you do your other ones before you do that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, I gotta figure out people's names.
Penn Badgley. What? I don't know. That was who I picked for Jack.
Okay.
For Hallie, I picked April Bowlby. I don't know how old she is now,
Oh.
but
She's usually the sidekick kind of person.
she has red hair in like some movies and stuff.
that one with the red dress. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I just thought that was fitting and cute.
Is she in the Great Gatsby?
I
It's
don't
giving that in
know.
that picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, who else you got?
Vanessa, I picked Sarah Paxton
Oh, yeah.
because she just looks like
Annoying.
she would be, right?
Yeah.
Like rude, bratty little girl.
Yeah.
You know who
Socialite
else could
kind of
be her?
vibes.
Rory from Gilmore Girls.
I was thinking
Mm.
Ruth from Ozark, but in the other movie where she plays the girl,
I haven't seen
the
I don't know
millionaire
who that is.
heiress that was really just a scammer.
Scammer.
Oh, Anna.
Extra,
Yeah.
extra.
Inventing
Inventing
Anna or something.
Anna, yeah.
Yeah,
Julia
I could see that.
Yeah.
Garner.
Images.
Extra.
We're watching him on the TV do this.
And for
Oh, yeah.
my,
Yep.
I picked
Like
one
that?
for Ruthie, and this one I thought was really funny because it's the only thing that I could picture when she was describing her being bald and like having a hog, like her motorcycle. That's all I could think of.
Oh my gosh, from Trolls?
No, it's the fairies from Onward.
Oh yeah.
That
They
is
drive
Look up,
motorcycles and
hilarious.
stuff.
What's the girl from Trolls, Adam? The one
Poppy?
No, Barb. Queen Barb.
Oh yeah.
Rocker Barb.
I could see
my
that too.
gosh. She's a cartoon. Ruthie is a cartoon
Apparently
character.
she is, because I could not picture her as a human.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was kind of alien-like, you know. Anyway.
But
Okay.
I liked her.
I have some picks. Mine are a little overrated. Like, not overrated, but like highly used. But Jack to me is 100% Chris Hemsworth.
No.
Yes. Get a picture with him with his shirt off.
He's got the blue
He's
eyes,
got the
dark
blue eyes,
features.
the hair, that one.
I feel like it has to be very okay. That one, yeah, but
He's
the
got
way
the
he
body.
looks now with like the longer hair and the beard,
Oh
I
no.
would say no.
No, I'm
That-
saying like
he
not
kinda-
like that. The short hair, yeah.
But also
Thor.
in Thor, when they cut his hair off, I wanted to cry.
That's him right there.
He kind of like he looks like Knox.
Yeah, I could see that.
I could see more Knox from.
I didn't
Ruled
see
Out.
Knox
Wait,
that
what
fit.
about Chris Hemsworth from Black Cat? Black Hat.
Black Hat.
Not Cat.
Oh,
Younger.
yeah.
Okay.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Well, my other thought was Zac Efron.
Now, then, way
Not
back
now.
when.
Not now.
Not
He's
now.
like-
Before his jaw got huge. Before his
he
chin
had
was widened.
surgery.
Yeah.
I know, he like broke his jaw, didn't he?
That's so sad.
Yeah. I mean,
Poor
he
guy.
looks a lot more mature now. Stop. He's picking like the worst picture ever. I hate that.
Oh, that's because he was like playing a wrestler or something.
Yeah.
Oh, do it with the kid.
Stop,
Ooh.
Adam.
Not-
Adam Harold.
I thought he said he was
Show me what I
going
want.
to stop acting.
Mhm.
Yeah. That.
You have any more picks?
He's good looking. No, I was trying to think of a girl, but who's the girl from Wedding Crashers with red hair?
Isla Fisher.
Is that her?
Isla Fisher. ISLA.
She's so cute.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
she's
cute.
She's like so
Yeah.
sweet and pretty, and I just love her so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those would be my picks. Yes.
If you want to follow us, go to our Instagrams. We have Lovers Library Podcast, and we also have Lovers Library Book Club on our Instagram.
Lovers Library Pod.
I'm sorry, pod. And then if you want to join our Facebook group, we are Lovers Library Book Club on Facebook, and it's a private group, but we pretty much accept everybody.
Yeah.
And that's where we just talk about our books. Sometimes if we have a meetup in our city, then we'll do our announcement there. We love you guys. We hope that
Love,
you
love,
join
love.
us next time.
Yes.
And this is the Lovers Library Podcast.
Happily ever after.
bye.